So this is like the graph. So as you can see here, my max power is 305 horsepower and 350 newton meters. This is on engine, and with the losses, which are roughly 48 horsepower, we have 256 on the wheels. If I need to be honest, I was expecting somewhere around 330 on the engine, of course. This is what degrees we have done it. This is the kilometers, so the operator did it on 4th gear. And yeah, this is the graph. As you can see, we have no dropouts or something like that which are related to fuel starvation. I'm going to ask him to do one more run after that, because I want to try without the air filter, because I am not sure is this air filter making some restrictions. Because it's a custom, so I'm not sure. But if it's making, you know what path we're going, Carbonias. So for now, I'm going to wait for the others to make their runs, and after that, we're going to give it a try one more time to see what's going to happen. But still, I have drive the car, I have run it without any issues. I don't have any fault codes. The car runs, in my opinion, pretty good, pretty smooth. I'm not sure what's happening with the RPM, because on say 7,000 RPMs it's dropping out, and my RPM limiter right now is at 8,300. Probably is because of the settings of the dyno. It's not because this is the ref limiter here, because we have checked the other graphs. They are dropping out on 5,500 or around 6,000. So I think it's because of the dyno. But doesn't matter. So after all of them go through with their cars, I'm going to try one more time. Няма правим гонка ти. Тя твоята е някаква много рандом колеса. I want to show you the results. I have two data sheets about the dyno. I'm going to start with the first one, on which I was kind of disappointed. Yeah, let me show you. So this is the first dyno run that we have done. After that, I'm going to do one more, because I was thinking what's happening. I was expecting some different results. This is the horsepower that we got on the two dyno pulls we done in the beginning. So 301, 304. This is the torque, around 350 newton meters. So the peak of the power is at around 7,000 RPMs. I'm not sure why we are not reading higher RPMs than this, because right now my RPM limiter is at 8,300 RPMs, but doesn't matter. As you can see, we are dropping. Hopefully this is the real reading on the dyno, but doesn't matter. So once again, this is what we got on the first runs. As we can see, the power curve is pretty much smooth. This is the torque curve, as on most of the M-Power engines. This is a normal torque curve. And let me show you after I was thinking what's happening, we decided to do one more dyno pull, or several more actually. And I was thinking that I have some issue with my air filter because it's some aftermarket. Yes, it's still K&N, but I was like, maybe this is causing some issue. So we have removed it, but we had some issues and we were not able to measure to full RPM because the air mass meter was getting tweaked, and we didn't manage to do a pull without the air filter. And even when I disconnected the air mass meter, still we were not able to go to full RPM. The car was struggling to keep the RPMs, so we didn't manage to do a pull without the air mass meter and the air filter. After that, after we reconnected everything, this reading is when I reconnected the air mass meter, and I was kind strange why we're getting higher numbers when I reconnect the air mass meter. So it came to my mind that probably we have resetted the adaptation somehow or something like that, because I cleared up the fault codes when I did this. And on the next run I decided to clear all the adaptations on the car. We have done one more run, and this is the result that we got in the end: 328 horsepower. Let me show you. Yeah, this is the run with the higher number. Here we hit the highest power on 7.2 thousand RPMs. Here we were at 7,000, which is kind of strange, but still I was expecting a little bit higher numbers. I don't have any remap or anything like that. The only thing that is for increasing horsepower on this engine right now is the exhaust system, because it's Supersprint and it's not the stock one. And yeah, we decided to check the air fuel ratio to see how we are with the fuel. So as we can see, we start at around somewhere here. Yeah, here is a little bit lean, but after that, when we start accelerating, we are dropping down to somewhere underneath 12, so 11 point something to 1, which is pretty normal for this engine. For sure the fuel is not the issue. So after reading a lot about this engine and thinking what is happening, it turns out that these cars with these ECUs, the MSS 54 ECUs, has a really conservative way of doing with the higher air intake temperature, which right now I have for sure, because right now the car is not running any kind of cold intake. I just drop down the filter and leave it like that because I didn't have the time to put any type of cold air intake. I tried to drive like that on the track and I was hitting temperatures higher than 70 degrees on the air intake system, which is a lot, and the car was feeling terrible. Then it was running like a 330 or something like that. The power was so low. On the first swaps the car was doing great, but when the air intake system heats up and is reaching 70 degrees on the air intake, the power was going down so fast. So yeah, I think this is the issue, because right now the air intake is really hot and I don't have any type of cold air intake. Because of this conservative mapping from the factory, the ECU is first of all putting a lot of fuel in the engine, because on the track the car was so hungry for fuel that yeah, it was getting bizarre. So first of all it's enriching the mixture a lot, and after that is retarding the ignition. So I think this is why I have little bit lower numbers that I was expecting, but I think I'm going to manage this issue when I put CSL software on my ECU, which I know on the CSL is much less conservative than the normal M3 engine. Just want to share this, and yeah, for some of you that are interested, this is one more data sheet from M3 Cabrio 3.2 entry with the 321 horsepower, and this is the number that he got. Actually, this car is with fully rebuilt engine, with rebuilt bottom, cylinder head, piston rings, everything is rebuilt on this engine, and on this dyno it was getting 300 horsepower. So actually on the next video we're going to do a drag test between my car and this car. So it's going to be interesting, and the peak power on this car is at 6.9 thousand RPMs. So yeah, it's going to be interesting to compare the both cars. Yeah, I know the Cabrio, as we can see, this is a Cabrio. It's much more heavier, but we're going to compensate with 2 people in my car, so to be a little bit more interesting. So yeah, I just wanted to share with the data sheets and why are we getting results like this.